ever see Dr. Grant return to the Jurassic Park series? News of Jeff Goldblum's return to the franchise has brought every fan of Jurassic Park together excited and full of joy at seeing their favorite chaotician return to the series. Fans are equally interested in seeing the return of their favorite paleontologist, a la Alan Grant, who has been free of dinosaur worries since 2001, from what we currently know anyways. Grant was, however, a very different man last we saw than the Grant we knew in the incident of 1993, in the first Jurassic Park. If Alan does return to the adventurous side of life, dealing with dinosaurs and the consequences of genetic engineering, it will have to be by his own will. The last time he was caught up in a situation dealing with these creatures was during a kidnapping he'd gotten himself into, and if said kidnapping did not take place, he would not be anywhere near the animals otherwise. Alan is also not the biggest fan of Ian Malcolm, and I do truly think that unless their relationship has changed in the 20 plus years since the original incident, then we can count Malcolm out of convincing Grant to come put his neck back on the line in the company of raptors and T-Rexes. Grant is, at his core, however, a lover of dinosaurs. Being a paleontologist visiting Jurassic Park back on Isla Nublar was an amazing experience to say the least for Alan Grant. Before the events of Jurassic Park 3, Alan Grant was still in love with dinosaurs. Even leaving Nublar, the fascination of a mere pelican flying beside the helicopter he was departing in showed evidence on Grant's face, and his admiration for these animals solidified by his experiences watching, walking, feeding, touching, and living alongside them. Sure, he had to fight off a couple of velociraptors at the end of the film and help lead a Tyrannosaurus away from Lex and Tim during the power outage scene, but before Jurassic Park 3, Alan was completely still a diehard fan of dinosaurs. The events of Jurassic Park 3 were 16 years ago as of the recording of this video, and I, along with every other Jurassic Park fan, would be overjoyed if Alan Grant decided to put the hat back on again for another experience with trikes and brackies. Whether or not he will, though, is entirely up to the writers to decide. Sam Neill has declared his interest in returning to the series, as well as Laura Dern, for a while now. As stated before, Grant would only get caught up in this sort of mess on his own accord, and I believe the best way to put him back in the saddle would be just to have him start there. Just show him. The audience doesn't need a refresher on why Alan loves dinosaurs or what his job is. The story and character could benefit immensely by just starting off with Grant already in the middle of studying dinosaurs. Even though Jurassic Park 3 took his character in a much more solitary and dino-hating role, the significance of the passage of time cannot be understated. Jurassic World was open to the public in 2005, and for 10 years did not have a single incident. Hell, Alan Grant may have even visited Jurassic World once or twice between films if he was ever even, interested, which he definitely loves dinosaurs, so I don't see why not. There's way more security, or at least there was, in Jurassic World up until the movie. I think the more likely route Alan would take, however, would be observing these creatures in their natural environment on the biological preserve Isla Sorna, which was actually the original plot of Jurassic Park 3. Then watch them behind glass and cages in a theme park. This is a man who has experienced the beauty and realism of these animals up close and personal, and a man who studied their lifeless bones for decades before his eyes ever set themselves on a Brachiosaurus. If Grant wants to walk with dinosaurs, he has every opportunity to do so in a sequel as long as the writers understand who his character is. And quite frankly, I think it's mandatory the character appear in some capacity in the future. If Alan Grant spends the remainder of his days off-screen away from any sort of dinosaur action, I think that would be the biggest waste of storytelling experience and audience excitement I could imagine in a blockbuster series of this magnitude. Alan Grant isn't someone who hates these animals. He's a man whose life revolves around them. And that's reason alone for him to return. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, guys. If you liked what you saw, be sure to leave me a like, as I really appreciate it. And if you're interested in seeing more content like this, subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day, everyone. Until next time.